I am officially a licensed Tennessee contractor.
You brats!
Welcome back to my channel, and today we are starting a new series called Contractor Diaries. If you don't know, I am officially a licensed Tennessee contractor. So we took our test last year, we passed it, and we got all the paperwork done earlier this year, end of last year, and I officially got the letter last week. So since we already started going through this process together, I went through the studying for the test with y'all last year. We went through going to take the test, my trials of like failing the first time, finally passing. I went through all of that with y'all, getting my contractor license. I went through that whole process, from thinking about doing it to studying to actually taking the test to now passing the test, and now we're starting. Okay, so these are going to be those diaries of anything I have involved with my contractor license. So we have a meeting coming up, which is going to be tomorrow. I just want to go ahead and introduce the vlog, but I'm going to be taking y'all with me, and that's going to be the start of our contractor diaries. And so any buildings that I have that we're planning to start, when we start, I'm going to start taking y'all onto the job sites with me. Y'all are going to see everything, okay, from the planning of a building to the start of the construction to the end of the construction with punch list and all of that. I'm going to take y'all along with me on that complete process as a now official licensed contractor. If you don't know, I've been operating under my dad, who's been a licensed contractor for about 20-30 years. So I've put other videos out already about us building and stuff, but that was under my dad, okay, and his company. Now I'm starting my own company. I'm still gonna be getting help from my dad, because why would you not get help from somebody who already knows the business and who you are close to and trust? Now that we started my own business, I want to document that. I want to document the process, the first official project we have under my own, thing. I just think that's gonna be fun to have to look back on, and I hope it's a fun journey for y'all to come with me on. So yeah, what we're kind of doing. So anytime I have meetings to do with the business, or meetings to do with a building going up, or client meetings, or going to see a property, going to see lots, I will be pulling out this camera and we're going to do contractor diaries. I feel like that's different because you don't see a lot of women contractors anyway. And also with my background in engineering, me having my bachelor's in architectural engineering, me having my master's in civil engineering, I feel like I have a unique background and set of skills. Not just me having my engineering background or my master's, also having the experience in construction, going from commercial construction, from high-rise buildings, hospitals, the airport. I worked on the Nashville airport here. But yeah, going from commercial to residential. And really, if we want to be technical, I went from residential because working with my dad in the summers and stuff when I was younger, before I even got my degree. And then while I was in school and when I first got out of school, I was doing commercial, and now I'm back in residential. So that's kind of where my heart lies, in residential. Yeah, I just feel like I have a unique skill set. And so this journey will be very interesting for anybody who is interested in this type of thing. So I'm going to share that with y'all in the form of these vlogs called Contractor Diaries. So yeah, it's kind of along with people, like how they have their life as entrepreneur, life as a CEO. It's gonna, throw all that in the mix. But for the first episode, we do have a meeting tomorrow. I think it's kind of like a little workshop, my dad said, but it's going to be in Memphis because that's where some of our work is. That's where some of our property is. And so yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and introduce the vlog, and y'all will be coming with me tomorrow on the meeting, just in case I don't talk to y'all until we get to the meeting tomorrow, because like I said, we have to drive there to Memphis, and we live in Nashville, so that's 3 hours away. It could get real hectic. If you don't know, if you haven't seen any of my other contractor work videos, which I have plenty of, if you want to go check out some more of those. But this is the start of a new journey, so I wanted to have it as a new, completely separate series, and that's why I came up with that name. It's a very direct name. You get what we, you get what we're getting at. And yeah, just gonna take y'all on that process with me, this journey with me. Meeting is from 9 to 11 in Memphis, so we're about to hit the road. It is 5:08, I think I just said. I'm trying to fix my hair, but outside of that, I just packed my bag and I'm ready to go hit this road, this 3-hour road trip. And then we're coming back tonight, so ain't nothing much to it. I need to put some oil on my hair, but I don't even have no freaking oil. And I think I'm just messing up, making my hair more frizzy, doing all this and touching it. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Maybe I can fix it when we get there. Probably not. I don't know. We're gonna have to do something to my hair. I don't know. But let's hit this road. All right, y'all. We are almost to Memphis, y'all. My dad just stopped at McDonald's. It's 6:54. I don't know. We might be maybe halfway. I don't know. I gotta look at it. I gotta look at directions, y'all. It's finally light out. Y'all, I've been sleeping. I'm about to go back to sleep. But I just wanted to update y'all that we are almost there. And yeah, I didn't eat nothing, but my stomach's hurting, so I don't want to eat nothing. But yeah, y'all, let me go back to sleep because I'm sleepy.
1 hour later.
$200,000 for your project from us. So with the 3-year loan at 3%, your payments are calculated over this 10-year in order to make your payments lower. But you're actually only paying 3 years, so 36 months. Your term ends here, so this amount is left, which would be your balloon payment. So at that point, you would either pay off the balloon or you would go refinance that loan. With this second option, with a 5-year loan at 5%, again, your loan is calculated over 10 years in order to keep your payment lower. For the first 12 months, you're not paying any towards the principal, so that's not going down. And then the next 48 months, you are paying down the principal. So your loan ends here and you've paid off this much principal. So in this example, your interest only payment for the first 12 months would be around $800. Monthly payment for the remaining 48 months, which is principal and interest, would be around $2,000. And then your balloon at the end of the 60-month, 5-year term would be around $130,000. I do think maybe it would be good here to stop and answer questions specifically related to this slide. Insurance requirements in order to enter into a contract with the city. So act requirements in the application, so everyone has an idea, an approximation of what insurance they'll need to have. And then lastly, this was already asked, but inspections will occur throughout the project, so there will be a no-start inspection.
All right, y'all, but we're back home. We've been back home for about a day or so. I want to wrap up this video, but I just wanted to let y'all know a few things about the meeting. So the meeting was from the Memphis government. So they're trying to get people, developers, to come in and build on all these lots that they have. So they have a lot of vacant lots. They have a lot of abandoned houses, and they're trying to give people the land so that they can build on them, so they can get some more, revenue off of it, because you got to pay property tax. If you have a building on a lot and somebody is owning that lot, they pay property taxes to the government. Okay, right now the government ain't getting nothing for it because they have the lots. Okay, so they're trying to get people to get these lots, and people who can develop on them to develop on them, so that they can start making money off of these lots, which Memphis needs that, y'all. If you ride around Memphis, there are so many empty lots, abandoned buildings. It's honestly ridiculous. If they could fill some of it up, they could start making a lot of money and revenue for the city. So I think that's kind of what the mayor's goal is in bringing in all these developers. So that was like a workshop kind of where they went over the different grants they're going to be giving out for you. So they have a grant for the pre-construction phase of it all, like the site work and the utility part of it. So they just tell us how much the grant is, how you're going to apply, what's all available, just going through the whole process of how you would get the grants and what the grants are going to be for. And so the other grant that they went over is an actual construction grant. They'll give you like 49% of what you need, and then you gotta you gotta get the rest. But yeah, so they went over both of those grants with us. One they had for pre-construction and the one they had for construction. Went through the whole application process, and the applications actually opened up that day. The only thing me and my dad really have a problem with doing stuff with the government like that, those applications are treacherous, kind of like it's easier to go to a bank and just go and get money for a land or property that you already have than going through the government trying to get money for it, because it's a grant money that, you know, they applications for any grant or anything like that is going to be extremely tedious basically. So it's kind of like, is it worth us doing that, or can we just go, you know, can we just go to the bank? I don't know what we're going to decide, because we're already kind of working with the Memphis government. Like I told y'all in this past summer when I did my construction videos, I think I talked about it when we was working on the church that we were doing here in Nashville. So we're already kind of working with them. They gave us a few lots down there to build on. Went through a process with them. It was a program through the Memphis government, and they had a whole bunch of lots. You just have to apply for it. I think they give you we applied for like 5 lots. I think that's the max one person could, you know, get at a time. And so yeah, we acquired 5 lots already from them. So we already kind of went through this process earlier this year. Well, earlier this year, it's 2026, but earlier last year we went through that process, and that's how we were able to get a few of those lots from another program that the government had. They, like I said, really trying to get this done, get some houses on this land and get it rented out or bought by somebody, so that they start, you know, making some money off of it. That the government need money to run. We got those lots, which we're gonna start building on soon. So y'all are gonna go through that whole process with me, and that's why I'm picking up camera now, so that y'all can go through the entire process. Okay. Now my intention was to just have y'all go through like the construction part, but I think nobody really talks about the pre-construction part a lot. So I wanted to include in that. That's why I'm starting to end now. And so this is all part of the pre-construction phase. We already have the blueprints and stuff like that. So the design is done. But right now we're just trying to get the ball rolling with the construction part of it all. And so construction will start with site prep, getting the site ready for construction and all that stuff. But right now we're not there yet. But yeah, the government hasn't just that workshop to go to. Just letting us know, like I said, there's more grants out there, another way for us to get funding. But like I said, you know, there's regulations and rules to that too. So that's why we went to our workshop and they told us all about it. It's actually crazy, y'all. They really had canceled it because Memphis roads are still icy from the freaking snowstorm about 2 weeks ago. Like, I just don't understand. They just, it all go back to funding. I feel like they don't, and that's not something we would prioritize down here anyway because it don't snow a lot. So I can see why they roads are still icy, which I'm saying that because we didn't even have to go down there, y'all. They ended up turning the workshop into an online one. We didn't even know because they didn't say nothing to the day of. We was already on the way. You know, we left at like 5. But regardless, we made it there. We got the information we needed for the workshop. Yeah, we're gonna have to start pulling. We're in the process of pulling some permits and getting the ball rolling with that, as well as acquiring some more land. That's why we went to the workshop today, to see if we can fund some new projects that we're trying to get the ball rolling on. Yeah, that's kind of what we got going on, y'all. And I am going to love this series. I think y'all are going to love this series. And yeah, it's going to be the whole construction thing, the whole process. We're building a lot in Memphis, so that's why I brought up Memphis. You won't see us doing a lot in Nashville right now because that's where our focus is in Memphis. And our focus is there because my family is from there. My parents are from there, so they're trying to help with building Memphis up. So yeah, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. I know it's short, but it's going to be more to come. See ya in Construction Diaries episode 2.